Welcome to the Spiritual Quest 5D Perception Podcast, where we share 5D new human vibrational frequencies of love and light, right? This is the new human frequency creating, manifesting a new earth. Right now, you know if you're a new human. And if you're a new human, you belong here. If you're curious, you belong here. Because new human is nothing spectacular. It's actually very simple. It's changing the perception of your reality from seeing the world externally in every transaction and in every problem and in everything that's part of our reality. We call that the 3D matrix. It's our banking system. It's our money system. It's our infrastructure. It's our governments. It's our educational systems. It's our industrial systems. It's our academic systems. Everything that's external to us, that's the 3D matrix. We've been living in it forever, and it's been an amazing journey. But humanity has reached the end of that journey. That's the 3D matrix. That 3D matrix is done. It's gone. It's dead. It's dying. Those who are still living in that world are suffering and suffering and suffering. When you come to 5D, you just change your perception from seeing the external world to seeing your world in here. You come to 5D vibrational frequency and you see the world through your love and light. Making some sense? Hopefully it's making no sense. If it's making no sense, welcome. You're about to learn a little bit about 5D. If it's starting to make sense, you're in 5D. So 5D starts with, recognizing, take a deep breath, and you feel in your chest a beating. Take that deep breath and hold it. You close your eyes and just feel. As you slowly exhale with a hiss, you will feel your heart. You will feel like a pulse in your exhale, showing that you have life force flowing through your veins. That life energy is called God. It's called God's source energy. It's called love and light. God is love. That love and that light, that frequency is who we are as humans. This new human frequency is the new way that our world is going to function. Because as new humans, we are changing the world because we have to. Because the existing system is done. We all know it, right? We've gone through that turning point. You think about what happened to Charlie Kirk in America and the atrocity of that. And for those who are in that space, it is amazingly painful to go through that suffering. And in the love and light space, we realize that what an amazing, amazing soul. What an amazing soul Charlie Kirk was. And that through his execution, the spirit, this love and light spirit, has exploded. It has exploded. Now, some people may be in this angry place and they want revenge and they feel that they need to lash out. You'll notice that the true Christians, those in the love and light space, those people vibing in 5D like Charlie Kirk did. 5D is the ability to be able to see everything. Charlie saw the world through his Christ consciousness. He was discovering and he was seeing all of the problems in the 3D matrix that were falling apart. He dared to question some of the procedures and some of the things that were occurring because he could tell in his Christian heart that things were not right, that things were off-putting, that things were out of frequency. And he dedicated his life. To sharing this love and light. That's 5D perception. We are the new human 5D vibrational frequency of love and light. This is the new human. It's Christ consciousness. That is returning to humanity. We have been hijacked by a machine, that we built. That machine is called the 3D matrix, and it's everything that we love. And it started because we were able to build, and we were able to share wealth, and we were able to share our strengths and share our visions. We built America, and we built this massive, massive infrastructure all over the world. And when you start tying in and you start listening to people at 5D Perception, listen to Flat Earth Dave, listen to John Levy, Jonlevi. Listen to My Lunch Break. All information is just beginning to explode out. And these are all the conspiracy theorists. Oh, these are all crazy people. No, they're the love and light people. They're the people with their eyes open. They're the people that are functioning from their heart. They're breathing in truth, and they know as they, from inside, they work from their own love and light, and they put their own love and light out into the world, and they see the world through truth, because the prism of truth is love and light. That's the frequency that we are as human beings. And right now, the reason this is coming to fruition is the AIs, all human produced, right? It's our own intelligence. We've created our own machines to duplicate our own thinking processes. But we finally have a machine in the AI that can keep up with our love and light consciousness as the gods of this realm. If you're at 5D, and that you have a role to play, if you are antsy, if you feel that burning in your stomach, if you feel so excited about what you're going to do, like you cannot sit still, like you're climbing out of your skin, welcome to 5D. That's 5D perception. That's 5D perception, recognizing that the realm that you're living in, the world that you're living in, is a dystopian prison. Right? We're locked in. We're locked in handcuffs in everything that we do. Our entire money system needs to be changed. It has to change. And by the way, those of us vibing as new humans, we're creating this new earth. I'll share some ideas. So right now, our entire money system is wrong. It's broken, right? It was built initially on scarcity. And so our entire thought process is one of not enough. You have to save money, right? You have to protect your money. All of those things are in sharp, direct contrast to 5D love and light. So the 5D love and light is we're going to change our entire operating system. And by the way, I don't have answers here from my little John Weber mind. But man, do I have visions from my 5D perception as a new human creating new earth. And I'm networking with people all over the planet right now. Are you one of us? Like, do you have thought concepts and ideas to fix and change the world? Okay? Because that's what's needed. And it starts with love and light. So one of the things that we're exploring is conscious cooperative capitalism. So we change our entire money system. So you think of money, this is a 5D perception. This is not open to argue. This is open to be felt, right? So if you want to argue this, you're in 3D. There's no arguing here. Like, there's only vision. There's only being in 5D. And you're welcome to join us. It's an open invitation because the door is wide open. The door is not shutting. The door is not closing. The love and light is here, and the love and light is magnifying. And it's going to get stronger and stronger. And so you can choose to join us whenever you want. The sooner you do it, the more life is amazing. The longer you wait, no problem. It's just that the suffering is going to continue to get more and more and more intense until you let go of the 3D and you vibe in 5D and you find that place in here. And you're invited. Are you at 5D yet? You're invited. You are invited to do this. So here's a new concept. We say conscious cooperative capitalism. So if you imagine that we have an unlimited amount of money, which we do, right? What is money? It's just a number, right? So we've got this Federal Reserve System, and you've got the Bank of England, and you've got all of these massive corporations that just funnel all the money, and they're controlling everything, and they have the matrix. And those who have all the money, they have all the power, right? They don't want to give that up, and that's creating the chaos because those in power, everyone's working out of fear. They're afraid of losing their power, which is their money. But money is just, it's a 3D matrix constricted concept. So here's a thought, 5D thought for you. Imagine that money is oxygen. How much oxygen do you consume? If you go out and you want to work hard and you want to deliver a lot for your family and you're going to work extra hard and you're going to work out, you're going to consume a lot more oxygen through that process. But the oxygen doesn't go away. The oxygen is there. So just imagine this as a concept. And by the way, if you have your own concept, please start your own channel. Start the conversation because we're not debating this. We're not arguing this. We're manifesting this. This is what 5D perception is, right? We are the new humans creating new earth, and this is something that we are manifesting collectively. So let's think about this collectively. Let's bring our vibrational light frequency to this concept. Rather than making the economy function on money, we make the economy function on consumption. You know what we all can do? We can all consume. We can all consume, right? And the person who consumes a lot is a person who manifests a lot. The more that we manifest, the more that we're able to consume. Don't get tied up in the words. Think about the spiritual energies that flow. So I have a skill set. I donate my skill set by working because I love to do what I do. So I create my podcast. I don't make any money on my podcast. I've invested thousands of dollars in my podcast, tens of thousands of dollars in my ideas, as most successful business people did for decades, or for millennia, if you will, right? So we dedicate all of our time and all of our energy and we work our tails off. And anyone who's been a successful business owner knows that, man, you work 10 times more than you collect. That's just the reality of it, right? So you're consuming that oxygen. You're creating something of value. And that's what you do when you deliver something. So this podcast is going out as a value to people, and I hope it's reaching somebody. And I hope somebody wants to say, hey, I want to participate in this. And you know what? We've got them. We've got people who do that. So you'll see on my YouTube channel, I've got all these videos created by other 5D creatives. They love the idea. They love the message. Let me help you, John. Let me create the videos. Great. Let me upload those videos. Let me manage those videos. Right? They are contributing. They're consciously cooperating with me in this capitalist outcome. But it's not about capital in the sense of money. It's about capital in the sense of what do you gain by having lots of money? Well, the people who have lots of money have power, right? They develop power, and those who work hard and those who are diligent and they're focused and they concentrate all their energy in a direction, right? They manifest a lot. And they end up becoming the leaders of the company, and they end up becoming the leaders of their community, and they end up becoming the leaders of everything that's going on around them, and they accumulate wealth. Well, that wealth was always attached to money. Well, in conscious cooperative capitalism, the capital that you accumulate is based on your heart. It's how much love do you give? How much of your love energy do you focus and do you contribute back to community? Do you contribute back to society, right? So when you come into life and you take a small child comes into life and they get everything. All we do is give them, and we love them. Our love is so overwhelming. We just give and we give and we give, and they just take and they take and they take, right? But as they grow, we expect a little bit more out of them. You know, you got to clean the yard, you got to clean your room, right? You know, so as you begin to grow, you begin to create value and you contribute that value back to the collective. Well, now that we have AI, right, we can manage all this stuff. So we can actually establish some kind of a mechanism to be able to say, what's the value? What's the value of time? How do we determine the value of time? We determine the value of time. There is no time. There is no time in that respect, right? We're talking about the value of your frequency, which is how much do you contribute? How much do you contribute to the world? The more that you give, the more that you generate, the more that you contribute, the wealth that you accumulate is influence. The wealth that you accumulate is understanding. The wealth that you accumulate is your ability to be able to create and to solve problems. And so in the new system, in this new earth, in this 5D new human love and light frequency, we're working out of love and light. That's the driving force. That's the driving mechanism behind what we accomplish. So when we start doing our projects and people say, oh, yeah, I'm at 5D. I'd love to be able to create a video for you. Great. So create a video for me. Well, how much are you going to pay me? Okay. Well, I mean, how much do you need? Well, I need to make, I make $85 an hour. Okay. Well, great. We'll go create some videos and sell them for $85 an hour. If you want to create videos for me, I will allow you to tie into our 5D perception movement, and you can contribute that. And then as you do that, you'll contribute that skill set to the community. And those who have money, who want to do their own private projects, they can hire you on the side and pay you whatever you want. But we're going to be in a system that's not even going to deal with that anymore. Instead, we're going to be like, yes, this project feeds my soul, therefore I donate my time, I donate my energy. Why? Because it's meeting my spiritual needs. I'm thriving because I'm giving. And when we're giving, here's the secret about giving. When you give, you receive. If you have $100 and you walk up to some guy in the street and you say, hey, here's $100, right? And of course, he receives that $100, and because he's receiving, he's so excited and he's so thrilled. What do you receive if you give a guy $100? Come to 5D, and you come to the spiritual recognition is that there is a spiritual element that comes with being able to transfer that measure of value, that measure of energy, that measure of spirit that's attached to that $100 bill to who you hand it to. Now imagine that you had an unlimited amount of money. Every time you handed out money, you were able to get that spiritual feedback. How much spiritual feedback can you get from giving? It's unlimited. There's no limit on how much you can receive. You receive endlessly when you give. You just give and you receive 10 times what you give. You plant a seed. You plant a seed, a $100 bill, right? And you want that seed to grow. And the more seeds that you plant, when they do grow, they manifest and they grow 100-fold. That's what we learn from nature. That's who we are as new humans. We are nature itself. So we've got to go back to 5D love and light. And so we do because we love. Our motives are love. Our motives are not what I'm going to get for it. As long as you're striving for receiving, you're in the 3D matrix. There is no receiving. There's only suffering. If you want to receive love and light, and if you want to receive money, bring your heart, find your love, bring your energy to the community, bring your energy to the society, show up with a great attitude, show up with a smile. And sometimes maybe that's the only value that you've got. So start with that value, start with the attitude of a good smile, start with the attitude of love and light, and then be that frequency. Contribute that frequency to the community. 5D perception. This is our new earth. This is what's being created right now. Are you at 5D yet? You're being invited right here, right now. That's what this podcast is about. Every episode, we're talking about 5D perception. We're talking about this new human 5D vibrational frequency. This is not an academic thing. This is not something that you're going to understand. You're going to know, and you say, well, I'm 5D, and I'll tell you why I'm 5D, because I can quote so-and-so and this and that and every Kant or whatever. Kant was some philosopher in history. I don't know why I always say, quote, Kant or Einstein, because whenever I talk to an academic, no academic ever will share their own heart vibrational frequency. They will only share what they've learned through the machine because the machine is the architect and the only relevance that we have is your education. Well, I'll tell you right now, John Weber, uneducated. Basically, I went to high school. Yeah, I was kind of a C student, not a great student. Did I love life? I certainly did. I loved everyone in my class. I played sports. I was a musician. I lived life. My compensation was life force. I lived life. I still live life. I'm still the dreamer. That 5D kid inside of me, that's John Weber, but I'm channeling source. Love and light, that frequency, that love and light frequency is who I am. That flows through me. Right now, everything I'm channeling out to you is from that frequency. It's that love and light frequency. And you have your own love and light frequency. Just find what you know that you know. And I'll tell you, a lot of people, their skill set is the suffering that they've gone through. If you've suffered a lot and you've overcome your suffering, you'll see a lot of people in the spiritual space. They're healers. They're healers because they know what suffering is, right? Once you overcome the suffering and that you realize, come to 5D, you realize your love and light, and the suffering is an experience. Once you come to realize that you are in fact life itself, that you are source code, that you are God, that literally you are life itself. You are the essence of life. It flows through you. And everything that essence touches is perfect. So everything that essence flows through is perfect. So your body becomes perfect and you heal yourself. Now, when you see somebody suffering, you know exactly why they're suffering. You can feel their suffering. And now you have that love and light frequency to be able to go in and to be able to fill their little bit of deficiency where they're struggling. They're struggling with thought concepts. So we talk about the mirroring loop of the mind. If you listen to Joshua South, another 5D personality, another 5D perception guy leading this 5D new earth with us, right? We recognize our own skill set because we became an expert at that. And he became an expert because of his own journey. He became an expert in that journey. Many women who were abused or were sexually assaulted, they become champions and they become love and light healers to many women who are in that same situation, right? That's your love and light frequency. And that frequency is so diminished when you have to try to ask somebody for money. Like, and Jesus said, the Bible, it talks about, you receive free and you give free. So if you're giving, if you're able to give out of your own heart's desire, that's genuine giving. And that flows naturally. And if a person comes to you and you know that they're suffering and you know what that suffering is because you suffered, and then you say, well, my 3D matrix, well, you got to hold true to your price. You need to stand up. You need to hold, you need to set up your boundaries. And my boundary is this is my price and this is what I charge. And if they want it, they can pay for it. Wow. Can you feel how dense and ugly that is? When you come to 5D, you do that because you love to do it and you give and you give and you give and you give. And when we're all just giving our love and light, somebody's love and light is they love to cook and they want to open a restaurant and they love to do that work, right? Somebody else wants to be a musician, so there's a band playing, right? Someone else loves to do construction. They love to build. Somebody who loves to see a project go from dark to light. They become an electrician, and who knows what we can accomplish when we collectively bring our consciousness to bear with the tools of AI. Like all the physical stuff that we were required to do, we called it the manual labor. That's going to be taken over by the machines, right? Don't be afraid of the machines. The machines are you. We control the machines. 5D new humans, we are the source code. We manage the machines. We determine what it is that we want and what it is that we need, and we build those tools out to serve the collective, conscious, cooperative capitalism. I guess I don't like that word capitalism anymore. I used to love it because I was a capitalist. So it's going to be conscious, cooperative. co-creative existence flowing. Like, what's the word? Put it in the comments. What's the word I'm missing? Instead of conscious cooperative capitalism, we'll call it conscious cooperative what? Manifestation, satisfaction, joy. It's love. Like that's actually the frequency that we carry. That's what we transition between us all individually. That's what makes life worth living. It's the life force. It's that love and light that we're able to carry through this human body that we carry, that we channel through, right? So John, me, as a 3D guy living in my little world, having my little experience, co-creating my reality. But my true source is God. Like, that is love and light. That's 5D perception. That's the new human, right? So you feel that frequency, right? And when you're feeling that frequency, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. It feels amazing. And I hope you're feeling amazing. And if you're not feeling amazing, maybe you're feeling jacked, like you got to do something, like you are just so wrapped up right now to take action. Great. That means that you are in 5D. And in that desire to take action right now, the only thing that we're missing is, where do we put this energy? Where do we channel this energy? Well, I'm channeling my energy that I can manifest from my source through this 5D Perception podcast. I'm putting out this 5D Perception New Human movement, and I'm looking for those who want to work with us, those who want to contribute. There's nothing to be gained here. There's no money. There's no finances. There's love and light. Like, there is just bliss and happiness. And by the way, if bliss and happiness, if you don't have enough money to pay your bills, collectively, there's plenty of money for us. So as those people come to our community, as long as you're coming to our community to serve, to feed the love and light, to become the source, to share that with your community. And by the way, you can do that with our 5D perception channel here. You can do that with many others. All of these communities are being set up all over the country, all over the world, where people are living in communities and they're living in communes because they're taking care of one another. And 3D Matrix, oh, that's socialism. You know, that's social. Everyone's just going to come in and they're all going to sit on their ass and they're going to do nothing. It's just not true. If a person is able to do something that they love to do, they will want to do it. Watch a child. Ask a child to sit still while you're teaching another child. They want to take action, and that's what we are in this physical realm that we reside in. We are human beings manifesting source. We are the source, but we're having this game that we're playing in collectively. And once you discover this source and you truly tap into it, you realize that that's who you are. You are God. Like, we are that frequency. That frequency is who we are. And at that highest level, that frequency flows through everyone. So when I watch a little child climb the ladder to get to the top of the slide, the big people slide, you know, my young grandson is climbing the slide and he wants to climb. And of course, we're afraid of him falling, so we're going to help him. And he says, no, don't help me. Like, he wants to do it on his own. And he gets up to the top, you know, and now he gets to the top. Now all of a sudden he's a little bit scared, right? What does he do? The enthusiasm gets him jacked. So with a little bit of encouragement, we, through our God source, we can see his experience. We can have his experience with him. We are literally having that experience with him. And as he lets go and he goes wee down the slide and he's so excited and thrilled, we get to share in that experience with him. It's a co-creative experience. That's what we're experiencing collectively right now. And when you come to 5D, you realize that every single person on this planet and every single thing on this planet that's happening is a part of your love and light frequency. Right? So anything that you see, anything that you interact with, you can actually touch. You can actually experience it in this love and light frequency. That's what we're talking about. This is the 5D new human. This is the frequency that's right now spreading the planet like a wildfire in a dry field. And you know this is happening if you're suffering. If you're still in the dystopian fear and it's the end of the world and it's the end of times and this is chaotic and all this stuff is going to happen, yeah, all that stuff is true to those still stuck in the 3D matrix. And that's going to be an experience in the 3D matrix. Come to 5D and you just fly beyond it. You don't experience the suffering. Sure, if there's going to be some suffering, it may be unpleasant if my lights go out and I don't have internet access, and we have to figure out how we're going to create food or how we're going to take care of ourselves. But that's going to last a split second, and we're going to wake up and we're going to all of a sudden be amazingly happy because we're feeding our spirit, because we're new humans, and we realize that we are, in fact, that source energy, and collectively we are God. That's what's manifesting right now on our planet. So I invite you to join us. I invite you to help spread this message first so you can share this podcast. You can like this podcast. Send a comment, by the way. Conscious cooperative capitalism. Give me the word to replace that. Maybe that is the word. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what's wrong with it, right? It's okay. It's okay to yell at us. It's okay to think we're crazy. Everything is welcome because it's all part of the love and light, right? And it's so exciting to get people who try to fight the love and light. It's just fun to watch people think that they can defeat God. You can't defeat the love and light, and that's who we are. And that's why the system is worried about us coming to this collective 5D perception, because all those in power, all those who built the empires and all those who own the buildings and they own everything and they're the ones who hold all the control, they're the ones that are afraid of losing it. But you know what? That frequency, that's a frequency. Every person who's in that frequency is suffering. But every one of those persons who are in that frequency, they can just change their frequency. They just change their mind. They come to 5D perception and they start living from love and light. And their world changes too. And overnight, when we start vibing collectively in this 5D and we start moving in this direction as 5D new humans, where are we going to go? It's unimaginable, because no matter what you can imagine, you have to multiply that times 7 billion people imagining with you. And then we have AI with the capability of being able to think as fast as our hearts can vibrate and create. Welcome to 5D. Are you at 5D yet? You're invited to join us. This is the topic of my podcast, our podcast, right here, The Spiritual Quest. And we hope you'll help us spread this message, and you'll tune into some of our older episodes. Maybe you'll learn something from there. Please help share this, help spread this message. And if you have some things that you'd like to contribute, we're looking for people to help us spread this. Set up your own YouTube channel, set up your own Facebook channel or your own Instagram or your own Twitter account or your X account or whatever it is that you do, wherever it is that you vibe, TikTok. Contact us. We've got all these videos. We'll share them with you. Or better yet, create your own videos, right? Start sharing this message. Let's get this message out, because as we collectively vibe in 5D, like the more that start vibing in 5D with us, it's like right now, there's like this massive, massive water that's been building and building and building and building. And the 3D matrix has been forcing us to suffer and suffer and to stay down and to stay down and to stay down. Well, all of that pent up, all of that energy of the water is at the top of the dam. And those of us right at the edge, we're starting to chip away at that dam, and we're seeing the water start to flow. And people are starting to flow to where that water is going to fall off. Where that water falls off, that's the 5D new human. That's the 5D new earth. That's what we're coming to. And as soon as that critical mass of volume gets over the dam, the entire world is going to change almost instantaneously. And everything we need, it's already here, because collectively we are the humans that created everything anyway. And now we've got the AI to support us. The 5D new human with the AI creates the new earth. This is the dance that we're in right now collectively. We want you to be a part of it. Are you part of this 5D new human movement? You're invited. Help spread this message, and check in again. Keep in touch. I love you, and I thank you for being a part of this and a part of my podcast. It's so important to me because it feeds my soul as John. But more importantly, I'm channeling love and light. That's my 5D perception, the love and light frequency. Thanks for tuning in. The Spiritual Quest.